it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day.
You got the report, it? Yeah. How long should we be gone? About 3 days, is it? Mr. Barker? Miss Barker? Tango Echo from 329. Are you receiving?
Receiving 329, go ahead.
This is a film about the year 1812. 6 stories from around the globe, each one about art and culture. Stories that capture something of the start of the world we recognise today.
Jerry, do you know what time it is?
Bleeding gas leak. My whole street has been evacuated. So, I'm going to have to use your sofa, mate.
Ellen Barker, 49 years old, librarian at UCL.
The boy, son?
Philip died in a car crash 9 years ago.
I want officers going house to house as soon as we can.
Pathologist's been held up in Ealing, but I'd say we're looking at a blunt trauma, back of the head, and she's been dead at least 3 days. Or we could just wait for the pathologist.
Man on the left, don't we know him?
Birch. D.S. Griffin, Mum. Worked under him for a while. Retired a couple of years back. Now with UCOS.
UCOS?
I don't know how long he's going to stay, Danny. You know, I want to help the guy out, but, you know, it's like he's filling up the flat, and his snoring's like nothing I've ever heard before. It goes all the way from, like, amplified Darth Vader up to like, asthmatic walrus.
I mean, if I wanted to be nagged, I could have stayed at one of my girls. And he doesn't even have anything proper for breakfast.
So this morning, I offered him granola. He's allergic. I mean, what kind of human being's allergic to granola?
And whose digestive system hasn't evolved to tolerate oats, thanks.
I've been thinking, could I stay at your place?
No.
DCI Miller? Oh, you don't remember me, Sasha? Grace Mackey?
Yeah, no, of course. It was Hendon, wasn't it? Wow, you look...
Different, I know. Dropped 4 stone, cut my hair.
So when did we last... I mean...
8 years ago, Johnny Mack's funeral.
That's right. Are you still at... it was Peckham, wasn't it?
Clapham, no. MIT. Homicide Command West.
Congratulations. Who's your SIO?
That'll be me, which is why I'm here. Did you know her well?
Danny?
I met Ellen online. I missed the job after I retired, and she wrote a blog called Crime Confidential. Nothing sensationalist, just well-researched investigations into various unsolved crimes. She was talented. I commented on some of the posts she'd put on. I stopped when I joined UCOS, of course. But we stayed in touch, and... Sorry, how did she die?
Blunt force trauma back of the skull. Post-mortem will confirm. Were you romantically involved with Miss Barker?
No. Why do you think that?
Your photo was on her desk. Prominent. Look, I've got an unmarried, middle-aged librarian beaten to death in her own home. I don't have much. I'm just trying to find a way in.
What about motive?
We're running with robbery. No signs of forced entry. Possibly someone tricked their way in. Distraction theft. She catches them in the act. They panic. Although we've no accounts of similar attempts in the vicinity.
Anything taken?
Hard to tell. There was no computer at the property.
No, she definitely owned a laptop. It was quite new, expensive, with a metal casing. Look, I've been to her home a few times. Maybe I can help. If you're worried about my personal involvement,
It's not that, it's...
When was she killed?
Pathologists think Sunday.
Right, well, I was away all weekend in the Cotswolds. My friend Fiona can corroborate that. Her forensics finished up?
Nearly.
Well, then let me visit the scene.
Good to see you again, Sarge.
Well, nobody, Sarge, nobody. Those days are gone.
She's got cuttings going back decades.
Investigation was her hobby. Some people go fishing, bake cakes. Ellen liked unsolved crime.
Blimey, who would actually do the job for no money? Understand you know DCI Mackie, Mum?
Trained together.
Must know her well, then.
No, it's funny. Can't say I
Were
really
there
knew.
corkboards like this when you entered?
Yes, Sarge.
Billy, need you to get onto PCEU, trace originating IP address behind some of the messages left on her website. She received death threats a week ago. Maybe something, maybe nothing, but it was a threat to life, and now she's dead.
DCI Mackie? Ellen used these boards to display information relating to the cases she was working on. Photographs, cuttings, that sort of thing. Well, they were chock full of things every time I visited. Whatever was pinned on here, somebody's torn off. You see, look, there are pieces of paper stuck under the pins. Now, she wouldn't do that. It's a trait we shared, a certain meticulousness. If Ellen moved on to something new, she would have removed the redundant material and filed it away. This looks like someone just ripped off whatever was on the board in a hurry.
So you're suggesting the killer cleared them?
Well, maybe he didn't want people to know what she was working on. You said she received death threats on a website devoted to her work.
So she was killed because she was an amateur sleuth? Look, no disrespect, but maybe we should start with something a little less fanciful before we unleash the conspiracy theories. Billy, I want to know everything about her personal life. Ex-boyfriends, affairs, anyone who could have held a grudge. Thank you for your time, Mr. Griffin. DCI Miller, if we could stick to common approach procedure on the way out. Danny, take the rest of the day off. We've got this covered.
Danny, nice surprise. What are you doing here, mate?
Can we go inside, Nathan?
Would anyone hurt Ellen? What are the police saying?
You know I can't talk about that.
Oh, come on, Danny, one ex copper to another.
She did receive death threats on her blog. Did she ever mention them to you?
No, she didn't.
And the corkboards in her office were virtually empty. Have you ever seen them like that?
No.
Maybe she was winding down the blog. Someone had torn the research from the boards. That's not very Ellen, is it?
You think she was killed because of a blog?
Nathan?
She did mention something. A new case. She said it was going to be huge. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is all my fault.
Your fault.
So I'm doing it. I'm taking a week off work and going for it, just like you said, I think. Oh, my cab to the station. Bye, lovely. Can't wait to tell you all about this one. You're going to be so jealous. It's an absolute beast.
And she never said what the case was. But she was travelling to interview witnesses. Now, that wasn't normal practice, was it?
No, but like I said, this was something big. She wanted to take a week off work, get stuck in, go interview some of the key players. I encouraged her.
You've no idea where she was going.
I should have told her. I mean, doing this work, following the trail, that's all good fun, but what if the trail ends up at a cave? And in that cave, there's a bloody great bear. You don't poke the bear. I think she poked the bear, Danny.
Could be totally unrelated.
Check her laptop. If somebody was covering up, they'll have wiped that too. They took it. Well, that's it then, proof. She confronted somebody who didn't want to be confronted, they've killed her, and they've wiped away any evidence of interest in the case.
Or maybe she was just robbed.
The boards wouldn't have been empty. The boards were never empty. Come on, Danny, think about it. Why else would someone kill her? Kept herself to herself, didn't have anything to steal.
Who you finding?
She's getting a cab to the station. We might be able to work out where she was going.
Nathan, I'm not sure I should get involved in this.
The minicab dropped her at 10:30, no luggage, so we have to assume that she was headed there and back in the day. So that probably rules out anywhere further than Bristol. It's a huge area, there's trains every couple of minutes, this isn't going to work.
Beast. That's what she said on her telephone message, a beast of a case. Lynchhampton. Well, Ellen liked her teeth, you know that. A beast of a case, the Lynchhampton murders. The press wrote it up as the Beauty and the Beast.
It was a young girl, wasn't it?
Yeah. Murdered by a local man, 1990.
Yeah, it was something to do with New Age, living outside society, pacifist Buddhist types.
Well, involved in a commune of sorts, yes. The victim was one of 4 residents, Sally Tunstall.
But why would Ellen be looking into a crime that's already been solved?
Controversial verdict. Maybe she thought she found a miscarriage of